Hey, good morning, guys. Goose here. Welcome to STN Stock Talk with Ricky and myself. Ready to crush it today, as Ricky says. StockTraders.net, guys. Hope you guys have checked us out. We have a free trial going on right now. I see a couple new people have popped in over the last day or so. I'm excited to see. Ask any questions, guys, as you join to the premium side. If you have anything to ask, anybody in the room will help you out for sure. If you guys just joining us just on the YouTube channel, come join our free trading floor. Send any of us a message anytime you want to go over anything that we're covering in these stock talks or anything else. Just get to know the community. We got a lot of widgets in there, a lot of cool things. I think you guys will be really impressed with the community that we're building over there at StockTraders.net. Just want to remind you guys, read the disclaimer in the description area. Nothing Ricky and I are talking about is any type of solicitation or anything like that. All we're doing is looking to give you some ideas like we talk about every day, and just to give you some thoughts on some things, whether it's a market or a couple of individual names that we're looking at. So been in a crazy market. Hopefully you guys are staying safe. We have a few names for you today, so I'm going to turn it right over to Ricky and see what he has. Excited to see what he has.
Thanks a lot, Goose. And yeah, just quickly about StockTraders.net. You know, I keep talking about Tron. That's just on the horizon. It's a group trading application that allows us all to take trades as a community and use it as a really, really great teaching tool, but also to show people how it works with actual money on the line. We got discounts on Trade the News, which is an amazing news subscription, guys. This is a discount you're only going to find over our community. We brokered these kinds of deals, and we're really proud to be able to offer that to everybody. I'm going to get right into it, guys. The first thing I'm watching today is SNOA, and get to my charts. And so real quick, they only have about $4 million in cash. They burn $1 million a month. They have about $4 million left on an ATM with Riley. The float should be right around 4.5 to 5 million. I'm actually looking at this from a short. I would like some more meat on the bone. Currently only up 30% though. Would like to see a shove at least into the 200-day around 518. Would like it even better closer to 7. They have warrants at 650. There's a few at 5. I doubt the warrants at 5 are enough to kill it. Depending on whether or not they turn on that ATM, I don't even know if the 4 million on the ATM would be enough to kill the run, since that's not a whole lot of money. It's going to depend on the volume also coming in, guys. But I am short bias on it. You can see the levels to the left. We got the 200-day. Right now we are trending. We're holding that 5-minute 20. And so we're going to need, I would like to personally see it get extended from there and then show me a lower high. And then if I do take entry where we're extended from that 5-minute 20, the 5-minute 20 is going to be my first target as a retrace type play, and then lock some profits in from there and then see what else we can get out of it. Next thing on my list, guys, is CONN, CONN. These guys were an earnings miss, and you can see we've had a really strong stock here from about April of last year. Been on quite the tear. Usually these guys beat on earnings, and I've actually played them from the long side quite a few times. But they have lost some levels. You can see the trend line that was broke. I'm looking for a push back up to 32.5 to 33 and watch for it to start showing some resistance and, again, some lower highs. Show me something to put risk against. And then the first target on this would be back down to its pre-market lows. I'd probably lock in right around 30 and then, again, see what we can get out of the rest. The last thing on my list, and I'm not that interested in it just yet, but HMNY. Now, me and Goose were actually just talking about, I thought how funny this company would be if it turned out to be something that in the end, maybe a year or two down the road, they actually turn this company around and become a decent company. I think I have a lot of friends that use the actual product. But the story so far to this point has been the toxic financings. And I mean, they just bought MoviePhone. And if you go actually read the deal, most of the deal was done with stock. I think they only paid about $1 million cash. Don't think that that means that that stock is going to kill any run it has right now, because there's a year lockup on all of that, the warrants and the common. But there's plenty of other people holding shares from previous pipes and public offerings. So I don't think this thing's going to be able to get super good legs today. I would be looking to short around the 5 area. And again, guys, it has to set up first. Don't ever short the front side. unless I have something to risk against. So we need to see a higher low, or sorry about that, a lower high, and then the break of the lower low for us to get an entry and have something to risk against. That's it for me today, guys. I'm going to turn it back over to my man Goose. He's got some good things on watch. Can't wait to hear what he has to say. Take it away, brother.
Thanks, man. I knew you were going to get it. Lower high, higher low. It's sometimes you say so much, right? Anyway, I just want to jump right in. I got a few things to look at. Like Ricky and I always say is pay attention to the SPY, pay attention to the action, especially if you're trading some of these big names. No reason to fight a trend, guys. If the market gets heavy and you're long bias on 3 different names, don't be silly and just watch these things fade on you with the market, okay? Make sure you're keeping an eye on things overall picture. I'm going to jump right into Roku. This is one of my top watches today. I actually really, really like the day you had yesterday. As you can see on the daily, it's kind of based out in this area here. And then we're looking for a nice, very, very nice push yesterday, and it's already on pre-market highs, I think, right now. I'm not looking to chase anything because I'm actually looking for a push back up on the 20-day, or maybe even a little bit better into this pivot area here, which is like 35.50. And I'm not assuming that's going to happen today, but I'm looking for as a nice entry to join this type of trend today. So what I'm going to look for right now, initially I'd put down there that I'm looking at it around the 32 area. You can see the resistance area it was before, kind of see that it broke through it. And then the next level I'm going to look at is around 31. The other thing is if it washes down to those levels, that's what I'm looking for. The other side of it is if it doesn't wash and it opens up right here, I'll look for a dip buy and just risk off low of the day or something like that. So I do want to be part of this trend and this push, but I also don't want to fight it. So I'm hoping for a little bit of, NQ's pulling a little bit here with the market, pre-market. Maybe we get a little, give, before the open and I get a nice entry on this thing. But Roku's definitely something I'm looking at to join a trend and to push back up on this 34.50 to 35.50 area. Okay, here's my crazy thought. And guys, I want to preface this all by saying, I know it's a turd, as Ricky likes to call them. I don't love this name, okay, but these work for me, okay? I've done a lot of these, and they tend to work. Now, somebody said in the room the other day, and they're absolutely right, retraces have retraced more than what usually they've been doing lately, whether it's the market or whatever it is. You got to always adapt. So right now it hasn't even really retraced the 60%, but it's on my radar once it starts falling between the 50 and the 60% area. It had its big sell-off. So what I'm looking for on this thing, you could see yesterday kind of held this 650 level all day. So that's the first point of interest. And that's going to be in the low 6s. And then the next level for me is going to be in this, 550, which is the 50-day area. This is the full retrace for me in the past used to be right around the 60% area. Knowing that they've been giving a little bit more, the $6 and the 550 areas. But what I'm going to look for on this, just to be really clear, is I'm looking for a very defined higher low on this, and then I want to be, part of the long when it clears that level, which would have been that old, support level and resistance levels that it's giving. So, I'm going to look for something real clear on the chart, and just to give you an idea, what I'm looking for on these things is just to blow up this chart is like, let's say this was going to do the turn, I would buy it through this area here, which is this type of area. That's the type of turn I'm looking. Now, I wasn't looking to catch it yesterday, but now that it's in this range, that's the type of turn I'm looking for. So once it clears a level like this is where I want to be long. Obviously, I want to make sure it's at a smart level and not just right under a whole figure or something like that. But I will be watching SLS today. I think it's a nice retrace play lining up. Not sure it's today that's going to happen, but I definitely want to be on my toes for it. Lastly, I just want to talk about SHPG. Want to be real smart with this name. What's it doing right now? It's down. It was up towards 160 earlier. It was a little bit higher on the pre-market. There is chatter on the name, and I want to be real clear about that. I don't love trading names with chatter, but there's a very defined area here that it topped off at last time, which is the 160 area. It got extended yesterday, as you can see. Went over the 200. It's now moving above this pivot area, and it's pushing this 160. I'm looking for a nice setup against 160. A nice lower high on that to fade it back into the mid 150s. And I think I'm going to get it. I'm really hopeful on it. Now, if it wants to blow through 160 and keep going on all this chatter, I want nothing to do with it. The other thing I typed in my thing is I will have a hard stop on this, because if I'm blinking or looking at something else or looking at futures and news hits on this thing that, there's a 180 buyout, I don't want to be part of it. I want to make sure I get stopped out, and I'm going to leave some range on my stops for something like that. So I definitely want to protect my capital. As we always say, preserve your capital. those are ways that I'll do it on, especially with a name with chatter like this. So anyway, be smart today, guys. Not sure what the market's going to give us, but definitely take what it gives you, okay? So let's be smart and have a great day today. I'm going to turn it back over to Ricky, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 9:05.
Thanks a lot, Goose. Great job. Just want to point out that I forgot to mention when I was talking about SNOA, that is the old OCLS, Oculus. So if you're familiar with turds, you probably know that one. Guys, come check us out. STN, stocktraders.net, free chat room. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. As always, if you don't have a plan, you don't have a trade, stay safe out there, preserve that capital. Let's go out there and crush it. Peace.